Shri Krishna. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha, Guru Sakshat Parabrahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. व्यवसायात्मिका बुद्धि एकेह कुरुनंदन बहुशाखा यनंताश्च बुद्धयः अव्यवसायिनाम. व्यवसायात्मिका means with a firm, final, undoubted conviction, because all of us live our own convictions. Like as on now at this moment, all of us are living with a conviction that we are the body, and on the basis of that conviction all our life is conducted. So also when we are wanting to discover the truth, we have to be fully convinced without any trace of doubt that the truth as indicated in the scriptures, na jayate mriyate va kadachit, is the final word, and there is nothing more that can be added or removed from this. And unless, second part, and unless we come to realize this as our right identity, we will keep on having many options. So this is what the teacher is bringing the point here. Vyavasayatmika nishchaya svabhava, fully established in the conviction. This is what happens with many seekers when they go to Vrindavan, Radhe Radhe, when they go to Dwarka, Krishna Krishna, when they go to Ayodhya, Ram Ram, when they go to Varanasi, then Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, when they go to Calcutta, Jai Ma, Jai Kali Ma. And in this manner our convictions are weak, and therefore we are not stable in our life. So Nishchaya Swabhava Eka Eva Buddhi. Now how this firm conviction comes? Samyaka pramana janitatvat. Because this conviction is reached with the authority of the right means of knowledge. See? Like, there was one student who had this habit. Ultimately I removed him. He had this habit of coming and telling about other students. So I told in the very first time, I said, look here, you are here to study the scriptures, do that and get out, don't get involved anywhere else. So once, twice, thrice, and then he wrote me a letter complaining about everybody. So I called him and asked him, you leave. Now his intention was that if right information is given, it will be easier for me to deal with. That was his intention. But I was very clear. I said, look here, I don't want any information here. I have my own understanding about every person I come in contact, and no data provided by any Tom, Dick and Harry can influence my understanding. Therefore don't do that. This is one of the most problematic thing in life. They are called as, tail carriers and people with a very, shallow hearing. Anybody tells anything and you accept it, and accordingly get influence and start functioning. No. So, Vyavasayatmika Nishchaya Svabhava Eka, one, Samyaka Pramana Janitatvad, being born out of the correct authority of knowledge. This is what Iha Shreya Marge. If you really want to walk the spiritual path, Do not get carried away by anything else except your experience authenticated by the scriptures and supported by the logic falling in line with the scriptural statement. So, Shruti, Yukti, Anubhuti, three things. So, about the other thing, Yapna itara buddhayaha, the other kind of understanding, what is that? Yasam shakha bheda prachara vashad anantaha aparaha anuparataha. They go on expanding, adding one and again and again and again. And as a result, anuparataha samsaraha. They will never allow you to get out of relativity. And nitya pratato vistirno bhavati. And with every additional step, it becomes more and more complicated. This is what is called as the difference between vichara and vikara. Vikara are those which entangle you in your own thought process. And vichara is that which relieves you from the entanglement of your own thinking. That is called as vichara. So, vistirno bhavati anuparataha samsaraha. So, this kind of thinking, understanding which will entangle you in relativity is what? Why this happens? Because pramana janita viveka buddhi nimitta vashacha uparatasu ananta bheda buddhishu samsaraha api uparamate. And when by the right understanding, pramana viveka viveka buddhi nimittatvat. So when our right understanding is on the basis of the scriptural authority, these all doubts and confusions regarding who is I, who is the world, who is the Ishvara, what is the spiritual practice, what is the meaning of meditation, what is the meaning of leading a life, what is the meaning of righteousness or sin, all these things will be distinctly clear. Like, many times meditation. Now, the moment meditation is taken, so only sitting in one posture and then holding this thing and that. That is not. That is only one part of it. It is not complete. Therefore, uparatasu aneka bheda buddhishu samsaraha api uparamate. When you get out of this total relativity, samsara is disappearing. Sa ta buddhayaha bahushakha bhavyaha shakha yasam tam bahushakha bahu bheda iti etat. So there are many alternatives, many options, many thoughts about everything in this world. See? In Narad Bhakti Sutra it is said, Dussangaha sarvathaiva tyajyaha. The wrong company should be always rejected. Now what is the wrong company? The wrong company is that company because of which your spiritual path, your conviction, your understanding, your practice is disturbed. That is the wrong company. Suppose you are following the path of devotion. Very good, there is nothing wrong. Follow the path of devotion with all sincerity. Then don't go for the Vedanta Satsang and get confused. Therefore, it is extremely essential that we are vyavasayatmika buddhivan. There is no doubt left whatsoever about our self, about the world, about the Ishvara, about the spiritual practice. So, this bahushakha, in this unconvinced understanding, pratishakha bhedena hi ananta hi buddhayaha. And out of every wrong understanding, there are much more wrong understandings. Kesham avyavasayinam. Who is the avyavasayi? See, the definition given by Bhagavan is so correct. Pramana janita viveka buddhi rahitanam. Those who do not have the conviction and understanding born out of the study of the scriptures about the proper understanding and about their own experience. So, pramana janita viveka buddhi rahitanam. That is why many people are afraid of studying scriptures, because they have got their own convictions, own imaginations about whatever it is. And when they come to study the scriptures, everything gets shattered and they feel, no, it is better to be ignorant than to know this. That is why, when Bhagavan says, Tyage nahi ki amritatva manashu or sarva dharman parityajya, what is to be rejected and what is dharma to be rejected? Only one: wrong convictions about Jiva Jagat Ishvara. Unless these wrong convictions are given up, Amritatva Manashu is not possible. And therefore, what Bhagavan Shankaracharya is emphasizing is only this: study deeply, have your right understanding, hold on to that right understanding and go ahead. That alone will help you in life. Or otherwise, we get carried away by many things on the way, such as we go to some Mahatma. Akhandanji Maharaj writes about him. He said, I was so disturbed, I was not able to do japa, so I went to a Mahatma and told him. He said, no, it's not difficult. Start now, Sri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. And he started continuously. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 15 days. And then he came to know, I can chant now continuously. No difficulty. I have understood the secret of mantra chanting. And the moment this thing came in his mind, it stopped. Same thing happens in Ras Leela. As long as the gopis are lost with Bhagavan Sri Krishna, the rasa was overflowing. Suddenly they become aware of themselves. How lucky we are of all the people in this world. Immediately Bhagavan Krishna disappeared. In remembering yourself, Bhagavan is forgotten. So when you forget yourself, then the Paramatma is remembered. So, when we thus go for shortcuts or these things to different Mahatmas and then imagine that they will do something, they will give you only a trailer, a prasad. For food, full food, you have to go to the dining hall. So, when he went back to the same Mahatmaji, sir, now my japa has again stopped, I could do it for 15 days. So Mahatmaji said, who told you could do 15 days? It was my sankalpa which was functioning through you. Taking somebody's money, you cannot become rich. You have to have your own money. In the same manner, you have to do your own sadhana. Don't imagine that some miracles will happen. Those who are waiting for the miracles to happen, they keep on waiting. When you are not in a hurry, why the God is in a hurry? Take a wait, next life. Therefore, study your own spiritual practice, sincerity is all essential. There is no way out. So, pramana janita viveka buddhi rahitanam avyavasayinam ananta buddhaya. They are always confused with so many things. And such people, about them it is said, Yami mam pushpitam vacham pravadantya vipaschitaha vedavadarata partha nanyadastiti vadinaha. Now such people, yam imam vakshamanam pushpitam pushpita vruksha iva shobhamanam shruyamana ramaniyam vacham vakyalakshanam pravadanti. So such people who are not convinced, who do not have the final understanding about their own self, such people are somehow deceiving themselves by flowery language. Now see what is said here. Pushpita vruksha iva shobhamanam. The trees with lots of flowers look very beautiful, but they don't have fruits. Fruitless trees. So this language is so beautiful. Vakshamanam. What is that language will be told subsequently. So, Vachya Lakshanam Pravadanti. So they go on glorifying. This is how, after every stotra or everything, there is always a Falashruti. What is that Falashruti? If you are a Brahmana, you will get the knowledge. If you are a Kshatriya, you will win the war. If you are a Vaishya, you will get lot of money. And if you are a Shudra, you will get a government job. So, do this Atharva Shirsha Patha. How much? 21 times at a time, and like that 21 times per day, and like that for 21 years. What will happen thereafter? Neither you will remain nor I will remain. Problem will be solved. See? Therefore, ये के अविपश्चितः अल्पमेधसः अविवेकिनः अत्यर्थः. So who talk all this language? Those who don't want to put efforts, those who don't want to understand, those who don't want to change themselves, then they are all the time glorifying, oh that Mahatma, this Mahatma. By, many people about Bhagavad Gita, they have this funny notion. They say that the Bhagavad Gita is such a great book, I tell you, Swamiji. You must be knowing it, but I tell you, I have never, of course I have not studied, but there is nothing like Bhagavad Gita. So what can you talk to such people who are from the corporate world, with a imported car, imported wife? Isn't it? Such people talk about it. So they give certificate to Bhagavan Sri Krishna. Look here. This is called as Pushpitam Vacham. And who are they? Avipaschitaha, Alpamedasaha, Avivekinaha. They neither have understanding nor they have anything. You call that man? So Vedavadarataha, and where they keep themselves busy is Vedavadarataha. Vedavadarataha, see, there is something called as Arthavad. So, Arthavad is one thing in our scriptures wherein to make the point something is praised disproportionately, and that extra praise is called as Arthavad. Like an example I will give you. When Bhagwan Ramachandraji meets Hanumanji for the first time, he hugs him and tells that you are more dear to me than Bharat. Now that doesn't mean that he does not like Bharat. So this kind of comparative evaluation to make us understand the importance of certain things is called as Arthavad. So that, because we all are having this Vanika Vritti. Vanika Vritti means what will I get notion. So in the Western world, this is the thing. If the child has to be told, will you please do the washing machine today? Okay, mom, what will I get? You will get $1. No, I want $2. Okay, $2. In the same manner, these people, they go on talking about this glorification of you do this, you will get that. Karma, upasana. This is called as alpamedasaha, ignorant. And therefore such people, what they do? They go to one Mahatma, takes some mantra, starts for some time, they don't get, forget about it. Go to another one, do some upasana, do some mantra, like that. You know about Madhusudan Saraswati ji, the great saint, who was contemporary of Tulsidas ji Maharaj, to whom is attributed the Gita Dhyana Shlokas and also the concluding statement after every chapter. He was doing the Sri Krishna Upasana, and he was doing it for so many times, and he could not have the vision. So he got disgusted. And there was a cobbler. So that cobbler told, Panditji, why are you so frustrated? You have to do some more anushthan. So he looked, he said, hey, what do you know about it? He said, I can tell you everything about you. So the cobbler was wiser than me. This is what this great saints thought. And he said, you know, what you have done? He said, I have a bhuta siddha. So that bhuta knows everything and he tells me and I tell you. Then I want to get that bhuta siddhi. I forget about Krishna. I had tried so many times. Never I got his vision. At least you got a bhuta, let me get that. He said, okay, I'll ask my bhoot whether he agrees or not. And he again invokes that bhoot. Bhoot says, no, I will not go nearer him. Because he has done a lot of Gayatri Upasana. You tell him one more Anushthan is required, he will have the Krishna darshan. See, when we are following any of these paths which are leading to get something, pushpitam vacham, and suppose you get the siddhi, then you can read the minds of others. You know what happens? With one mind, you are already frustrated. Own mind. And anybody comes in front of you, you start reading his mind and you come to know this fellow has come and he is abusing inside and smiling on the face. It is better that you don't know. So such people, pushpitam vacham and vedavadarataha, therefore they get lost in vedavadarata. Vedavad means this is arthavad. So bahu artha vada phala sadhana prakashakeshu vedavakyeshu rataha. So they are all the time interested only in bringing out those statements from the scriptures where it is said prapnoti swarajam, oh swarajam, then swarga prapti, and that becomes their main interest. But when it is said satyam jnanam anantam brahma jo veda nihitam guhayam, he will have no desires. Then what is the use of doing sadhana if there is no desire? That means I will become so poor that I can't even desire. All thinking becomes upside down. So such people get lost only in this glorifying phalashruti. Hey Partha and Arjun, na anyat swarga praptyadi phala sadhanebhya karmebhya na anyad asti iti vadinaha vadanashilaha. And according to them, what is the life? Life is do something good and then go to heaven. Do something good and go to heaven. Only going to heaven is the only ultimate in their life. You know, I was in Gujarat, I was explaining this point somewhere. I said, you know, see, to understand this point, take your Gujarati example. A Gujarati has in his dream also to go to USA. Every Gujarati born dreams of going to USA. Now, after they go to USA, then the next dream of the Gujarati is to get a green card. After they get the green card, the third dream is to get the citizenship. And after they get the citizenship, there is a big celebration. That is all in life, nothing else. In the same manner. Here also, Vedavadarata partha na anyat asti iti vadinaha. For them, life is meant only for this. Earn and enjoy, earn and enjoy. This is the height of materialism, worse than Americans. See? What is the life of the Western people? Monday through Friday afternoon earn, and Friday afternoon through Monday morning spend. Throughout life, other than this, they have nothing else in life. And then constantly wanting to go here, wanting to go there. They just can't. Even if they go there, they will be disturbed. Because never they have learned avrutta chakshuhu amrutatvam icchan. That is why, if you go to the Western world, why this yoga has become so popular? Only because of this. They can do something physically, and what is the maximum yoga? Is having nice mattresses and good agarbattis and nice kinds of cushions and 9 kinds of different ohms painted and the pendants and the different kinds of mala and then the posture and different types of t-shirts with many things printed on that, somewhere Om, somewhere Krishna, somewhere Rama, and with that moving around, namaste, spirituality over. See, it's a pity. Now why this happens? Because this is the understanding that by this I am going to get something. As long as we have this in our mind, that we want something, we are in the relative existence. And as long as you remain in the relative existence, you have no absolute happiness. So, na anyatasti iti vadinaha. Now such people, who are they, what are they? Kamatmanaha svargaparaha janma karma phala pradam kriya vishesha bahulam bhogaishwaryam gatim prati. Kamatmanaha. Who are these people? Their Atma is desire, not Paramatma. Kamatmanaha kamasvabhavaha kama paraha ityartaha. Only one thing in their life, only I want this, I want this, I want this, I want this. Non-stop wants, a list, unending list of desires. Kamatmanaha. Then Swargaparaha. Swarga parapurushartho yesham. Te Swargaparaha. For them, realization of the self is not the param purushartha. For them, the param purushartha is Swarga. So, parapurushartho yesham te Swargaparaha. Swarga pradhanaha. Now, such people, what they do? Janma karma phala pradam karmanaha phalam karma phalam janma eva karma phalam janma karma phalam tat pradadati iti janma karma phala prada tam vacham pravadanti iti anushajjate. So kamatmanaha swargapara janma karma phala pradam, which speech they say, they said last verse, yamimam pushpitam vacham. So their glorified language is such, look here, all your desires will be fulfilled, you will go to heaven, and heaven, I tell you, you are really, really enjoy. And for that, you have to do this, you have to do that, and thus, do something, get something, spend something, do something, get something, spend something. This is the only thing that they can think in their life. And as a result, janma karma phalam tat pradadati. This type of language they always speak of. Therefore, in the modern world, the consumerism, when it is highest, that is called as the prosperous society. And that society where the philosophy is spend less than what you earn, it is considered as the outdated society. So what is the present trend? You first of all get loans for everything and throughout life keep on paying the bills and have the wrong notion that you are really a rich person and very comfortably living. This is the reason many of our Indians who are in the other countries, Western countries, living with all comforts all the time, they are really frustrated, disgusted. But when they have to come back to India, this big question mark comes before them. Swamiji, we have no problem except, the roads are not proper, electricity is not there all the time, dirt is everywhere, and we are so accustomed to this type of clean life. We know we are not happy here, but there also we will not be happy. So we continue to be unhappy here. We are habitual now to be unhappily living here. See, this is called as this prosperous life. So, tam vacham pravadanti, such speech these people talk. And for that, kriya vishesha bahulam, kriyanam visheshaha kriya visheshaha te bahulam yasyam vachi tam swarga pashu putra adi artha yaya vacha bahulyena prakachante. Kriya vishesha bahulam. They talk about so many different varieties of karmas by which you will get the putra, swarga, pashu, etc. That means if you do this thing, you will have that prosperity. If you do this thing, you will have that prosperity. Once I went to some Mahatma, and there was one person also with me, Grahastha. So, to that Grahastha, he has told so many things. I said, I'll go out. He said, no, Swamiji, you sit. There is no problem. I said, to that Grahastha told you do this, this upvas, that upvas, you have to do is sitting on one asana, you should not take food, you should not go outside your room, you have to do this thing, so many things. After that was over, then I said, Mahatma ji, you please tell me what I should do. He said, for you there are no rules. Why? Am I that gone case? He said, no, yours is not a sakam upasana. You are doing it for the fun of it. Therefore, there are no rules and regulations. See? When you are appointed as a servant to do a job, you have to go and sign the register at a particular time, late red spot. Isn't it? And when you are not working as a servant, then rules and regulations are not applicable to you. Therefore, all this sakama anusthana, they will have kriya vishesha bahulam. You should put only red cloth, you should not put this thing, you should eat only that uncooked rice, or you should eat only that, all kinds of things. Kriya vishesha bahulam. And bhogaishwarya gatim prati. And what is all this for? Bhogaishwarya gati. Bhoga eva aishwaryancha bhogaishwarye tayoho gatihi prapti bhogaishwarya gati. Tam prati sadhana bhuta. Ye kriya visheshaha tad bahulam tam vacham pravadantaha mudha samsare parivartante iti abhiprayaha. Now why they are getting so much involved into so much of activities? Because they want lots and lots of enjoyment and also to show off to the world. Bhoga and Aishwarya. And for that, lot and lot of sadhana bhuta. You have to do this, you have to do that. And tam vacham pravadantaha. And this is the kind of speech these mudhaha, the fools, go on talking and glorifying, and as a result, samsare parivartante iti abhipraya. Therefore, as I told you, one of my friends told me regarding his earlier birth and all that. See, when you are fully convinced that relative existence, whether it is living as a poor and rich, or an average and the Siddha Purusha, it is one and the same relativity. Relativity is not dissolved. So it is something like, getting away from one wife because of the problem and getting married to another wife, and again the same problem begin. What is the use? Therefore, it's very important. Anything that keeps you in relativity, discard it. Then what about these great Siddha Purushas and Mahatmas, their place and all that? I explained to you that if you have no money and if you are in need of money, go to a rich man, take money from him and get your work done. Nothing wrong in that. But don't imagine that you have to become rich. No, go ahead. In the same manner, when you have to practice spiritual practice, you don't have control of your mind or yourself. Therefore, go to the Mahatmas, take their help and slowly become independent. And discover that reality. That same platform on which that Mahatma is sitting so comfortably is not something other than where I am. Once this happens, then alone we are walking on the spiritual path in the right spirit. Otherwise, all the time we will remain slaves. Upanishad says, Devanam Pashuhu. They are the animals of sacrifice for the gods. See, Parasparam Bhavayantaha Shreya Paramavapsata. The various gods which are propitiated through various pujas and all that. Do you think that they leave you? They will get their work done through you. Therefore, it is necessary that we go beyond all these powers and hold on to that reality, having known which nothing else remains to be known. That is the goal. So, such people who are unable to have this understanding, they get lost only in the relative statements of the scriptures and they imagine that they are leading a righteous, spiritual, religious life. That is not religious, that is not righteous, that is a foolish life. Bhogaishvarya prasattanam taya pavruta chetasam vyavasayatmika buddhi samadhau na vidhiyate. Tesham cha, and for such people who are bhogaishvarya prasaktanam. Bhogaha kartavyam aishwaryam cha iti bhoktavyam iti bhogaishvaryoho. So those people who are extremely involved, attached, buried, submerged in this enjoyment, indulgence and the showbiz. So bhogaishvaryo yoho eva pranayavatam tadatma bhutanam. So they have fallen in love with enjoyment and the catwalk lifestyle. So for them taya kriya vishesha bahulaya vacha apavruta chetasam. And when they have heard so many great things, when this happens, this happens, when this happens, this happens, and you get so inspired and enchanted. One of my friend, somebody told him, why are you rotting here, in India? He is doing very well. But his friend told, why are you rotting here? Why don't you go to New Zealand, Such a lovely country, such beautiful place, no problem. Everything is so systematic, methodical. So when I went and I told him, I said, look here, whosoever your friend is, he is making a fool of you. Don't go on his words. No, Swamiji, he will not tell me the lies. I said, he will not tell you lies, but his assessment is wrong. Go and see there. And then he went. After he came back, he said, Swamiji, what you told is true. There are 12 hours, 14 hours of work. After that, you are hand to mouth. And after coming home, no servant, no nothing. And this is not for one day. This is 24 hours round the year. He said, I will get mad. I said, no, don't make it a future tense. You are already mad. Living such a lovely position that you have. What are you lacking? Tell me. You have got such fat salary. You have got so many perks. You have got such a lovely wife and children. Now what more you want? And half a dozen servants. You phone and things happen. You want to have pizza, simply phone. And within 15 minutes the pizza come. If it is 16 minutes, deduct 30 rupees. I said, where will you get this facility? He said, now I understand. So, here also, Bhogaishvarya prasaktanam taya apahruta chetasam. They get so tempted and carried away by the hearsay about the prosperity, about the comforts and the joy that they will have in the heavens. Friends, in the heaven also there is jhopadpatti. And there also there is a competition. In the heaven also there is a civil lines. There is a competition. Because it is ultimately a relative existence. See? Once one Andhra fellow came to USA and I was in somebody's place, so he was also there. And he said, Swamiji, you come to USA? I said, yes. Always? I said, yes, sometime I come. I am so surprised here, even, the sweepers, they go in car. I said, so what? So, they are so rich. I said, in our country, drivers also drive the car. So, going in the car is not the riches. You see their life, how wretched their life is. Therefore, Bhogaishvarya prasaktanam taya apahruta chetasam. Then, vyavasayatmika buddhi sankhe yogeva samadhau na vidhiyate. They cannot have firm convictions. They cannot have doubtless knowledge. They can never understand what is the meaning of the self, what is the meaning of the Jagat, what is the meaning of the Ishvara, what is the meaning of the Parabrahma Paramatma, what is their relationship. All these things they never understand. So neither they can have understanding nor they can practice. So Sankhe Yogeva Buddhi Samadhau. Samadhau means what? Samadhiyate asmin purusha upabhogaya sarvamiti samadhi antakkaranam. So in their heart, they do not have this understanding which will be leading to something higher. They are compromising with all the lower existence. So tasmin samadhau na vidhiyate na bhavati ityarthaha. So such people are all the time buried only in this. I tell you about this, I will give one or two examples. See, there is one class, they are called as Purohit. Pandits, they come and do puja. So what they will do? They will do Satyanarayan Katha, they will do Shatachandi, and for somebody. Yajman will come and take the sankalpa and take another sankalpa. That now I accept this Panditji to do the Shatachandi part and puja on my behalf. Why he is doing? Because he wants prosperity. Now see the fun. So that Sethji or Yajaman is doing this so that he gets prosperity through this Panditji. But the Panditji doesn't understand. If I do it, I will also get. See? And throughout life they keep on doing that. Swami Khandanji writes this. He was telling that, our was a Purohit family, and I right from childhood I have been doing this thing. This puja, that puja, go to Yajman's place, and tell this is now Sankranti and this is Pradosh and you have to do this. Everything was, properly being done. He said, I do not know how many times this Chandi part I must have done for the Yajman. And there they tell, you get this, you get that. Those Yajmans have faith in what is happening. They get the benefit. And I who was doing nothing except the Dakshina. One day it clicked me, what is this nonsense I am doing? Am I going to spend my whole life for this? Or there is something higher? And then onward, he discarded everything and came on this path of inquiry. Therefore, here Bhagavan is telling, Vyavasayatmika buddhi sankhe yoge va na bhavati. It never clicks them. They are again and again getting rotted in that. I remember, there used to be one student, he always used to tell me, when I was studying, everybody has got some foolish notions. One of the foolish notions I had, daytime a seeker should not sleep. So I never used to sleep in the afternoon. And sit down, take a paper and read, write, prepare notes. All Upanishads I had written by hand. Every Upanishad, how many times? Original Sanskrit with Bhashya. Continuously doing, naturally the back is back afterwards. Then at night when I used to sleep, I used to request the fellows around, hey, please stand on my back. It is giving so much of pain. And when it will crack, is to be relieved like that. So many wrong notions we all have. And when you come to know that most important thing is to know the truth. All that because of which your mind can naturally glide into the reality is your sadhana. All that because of which your mind goes away from the truth is the sin. See, the whole perspective changes in life. Otherwise we get lost only in this. And yaha evam viveka buddhi rahita tesham kamatmanaham traigunya vishaya veda. See, this is the connection between the last and this verse. Traigunya vishaya vedaha nistraigunya bhavarjuna nirdvandvo nitya sattvastho niryogakshema atmavan. So, Vedas have got two aspects. One is that aspect which is dealing with the three gunas. And that falls in the purview of the apara vidya. When we study Mundago Upanishad, there this topic comes. Dve vidye veditavve iti parachaiva aparacha tatra apara Rigveda, Yajurveda, Samaveda, Atharvaveda, Shiksha, Kalpa, Vyakaranam, Chanda, Jyotishamiti para yaya tad vastu upalabhyate. So Vedas have got these two aspects. One is the apara vidya that deals with the three gunas. And wherein dharma, adharma, going to heaven, going to hell, and thereafter doing dana, the charity, and being good, constructing the houses and the roads, and giving it to the people, and should be loving each other. This all falls in the purview of the Prakriti, the matter, in the realm of relativity. This is called as apara vidya. How long are you going to be goody? What next? How long are we going to deceive ourselves? So, Bhagavan says, ye evam viveka buddhi rahitaha tesham kamatmanam traigunya vishaya vedaha. In this way you read it, then you get the meaning. So, those who are having no discrimination and those who are full of desires, for them, what are Vedas? Traigunya vishaya. Vedas talk only about the three gunas. Tamo guna going to hell, Rajo guna prithvi loka, Sattva guna swarga loka. We want to go to heaven, and for that we have to do this, we have to do that. Traigunya vishaya Veda. And many of them do not accept Upanishad as the part of the Vedas. For example, our Arya Samaji. Arya Samajis do not accept Upanishad as the part of the Vedas. Except one Upanishad, for which they have no choice. And that is Ishavasya Upanishad. because that forms the 40th chapter of the same Samhita. So, Traigunya Vishaya Vedaha. And now Bhagavan says, Arjun, as regard you are concerned, Nistraigunyo Bhava. Don't remain in relativity. Nistraigunyo Bhava. Go transcend beyond the relativity. Now, going beyond relativity means what? First, Nirdvandvo Bhava. This is the sadhana. So, Traigunya Vishaya, Traigunyam Samsaro Vishayaha, Prakashitavya Yesham Te Vedaha, Traigunya Vishayaha. So, Traigunya means the Samsara Vishaya. So, that which talks about the relativity alone, Te Vedaha, these Vedas, Traigunya Vishaya. Tvam tu Naistrigunyo Bhava Arjuna. You go beyond the three gunas. And meaning what? Nishkamo Bhava Ityarthaha. Because those who have desire, for them is the Aparavidya. If you have no desire, then Aparavidya has no meaning for you. It is something like, if you don't have to drive the car at all, why to get the driving license? No need. In the same manner, here, hey Arjun, Nistraigunyo Bhava, meaning Nishkamo Bhava Ityartaha. Because all the desires are only of three types: Tamoguni, Rajoguni, Sattvaguni. And this desire, they cover our understanding. In the third chapter, this topic will come. Like Bhagavan says there, Dhumo Agnihi Yatha, just like the smoke covers the fire. Then Adarshaha Malenacha, just like the dust covers the mirror. And Yatha Garbaha Ulbena Avratam, just like the fetus is covered by the womb. In the same manner, this desire covers the understanding of a man of desire. So, hey Arjun, Nishkamo Bhava, go beyond all desires. Then, for that, what is the technique how to go beyond desire? First, Nirdvandvaha Bhava. What is Nirdvandva? Sukha dukkha hetu sab pratipakshau padarthau dvandva shabda vachau tato nirgato nirdvandvo bhava. All that which is giving you joys and sorrows, let you be totally indifferent towards them, accepting that this is the way. Sometime it will be like this, sometime it will not be like this. This is the way. So don't get too much influenced by the pairs of opposite. This is the way the world is. You cannot change it. Nirdvandvo bhava. Tvam cha nitya sattvasta sada sattvaguna sharto bhava. And always remained steadfast in the sattvaguna. Now here, one more thought I like to add. When Bhagavan said to Arjun, Nistraigunyo Bhava, means go beyond the three gunas. So in that three gunas, Sattva also has come, Sattva guna also has come. It is not said, Traigunya Vishaya Veda, Dvigunyo Bhava Arjuna. No. All the three. Then what is Nitya Sattvastha? So there are two types of Sattva. One is Anitya Sattva, second is Nitya Sattva. Anitya Sattva is Prakritik Satya. Sattva Rajastama, that Satya is Anitya Sattva. And Nitya Sattva is Paramatma. So, Nirdvandva Nitya Sattva Stho Bhava. Abide in the absolute self, not in the Sattva Rajastamas. This is what Bhagavan is hitting at. Nitya Sattva Stho Bhava. Because desires can get out only if you are abiding in the self. Yada udaram antaram kurute athatasya bhayam gato bhavati. Even a trace of objectivity, duality, relativity is enough to generate desires. Therefore, here the meaning of the word Nitya Sattvastaha should be taken as Nirdvandvo Bhava, go beyond relativity, and Nitya Sattvastaha, establish yourself in the absolute. This is the meaning. So, Nirdvandvo Bhava, Nitya Sattvastu Bhava. And for that, Niryoga Kshema Bhava. And how can you abide in the absolute reality, go beyond relativity? Niryoga kshema. This is very good statement. Bhagavan Shankara says, Anupattasya upadanam yogaha. Upattasya rakshanam kshemaha. What you don't have to get it called as yoga. And what you have to protect it is called as kshema. So, Anupattasya upadanam yogaha upattasya rakshanam kshemaha. Yoga kshema pradhanasya shreyasi pravrittihi dushkara iti. And those who are all the time busy, worried, concerned about yoga kshema. I don't have this, whether I'll get this or not. I don't have that, whether I'll get that or not. Yoga problem. Kshema, I have all these things, whether this will be protected or not, or something may happen, it all will go away. As long as you have the concern about yoga kshema, shreyasi pravritti dushkara iti, you can never think and contemplate about the reality. That is why Bhagavan tells in the 9th chapter, Anyanya chintayanto mam ye jana pariupasate tesham nityabhiyuktanam yoga kshemam vahamyam. He who has given up the concern for the yoga kshema, he alone can think of something higher, not otherwise. Remember, I told you once when I was taking interview in Calcutta, one Bengali boy, after I spoke to him, he said, Swamiji, I want to ask you also. I said, ask. He said, they say that those who walk the spiritual path, their food, shelter, and everything is taken care of God. Will it happen to me also? He asked me. I said, no, it will not happen to you. Why? I said, because I am his agent. He said, but why? What is wrong with me? I said, what was your question? Those who are walking the path of Lord, you are, before walking the path, are concerned about that. Therefore, you are walking the path of yoga kshema. Here is the statement. Yoga kshema pradhanasya shreyasi pravritti dushkaraha iti. Such people have got only complaints about the difficulties. Friends, every difficulty is our guru. Grow out of it. Difficulties will come. Even to electric post there is a difficulty. There is nothing in this world which does not have problem. Problems are everywhere. That is what these our Western friends do. They go on changing one from here to there. There is one couple, I think they again come back to London, Catholics, and the whole house is full of the pictures of various gods and all that, Indian gods, and in between Jesus also here and there. And then there are many Mahatmas, and then there is a incense burning, and soft music going, and a nice meditation room, except that there is no meditation, completely going on all that. And then anybody comes to them, they show the whole house and all that. I don't know to whom they are deceiving. Then one worm went in their head. We should go to that island. It's very beautiful. London is too costly, it is too disturbing. Hardly there was even a bird around their house. As we see here birds here in our country, you don't see them in other countries. Birds are allowed to be only in the sanctuary, not everywhere. Cows are allowed only in the farm, not on the road. Dogs are allowed only with the that lead. The dogs are not allowed to go the way they want. Why? No democracy. So I said, Mama, this is pretty good. Why do you want to go? Now both of you are old. Instead of spending time again, go there, get settled and get people acquainted, and again raise the house and curtains. Why waste time in that? Instead of that, do more meditation. He said, if you are doing 10 hours, do 20 hours. No, Swami, we already decided. We want your blessing. I said, my blessings are free. Even if you don't ask, they are there. They went there. 1 year, struggle. First of all, Swamiji, the neighbors are so good, so nice. We got such a good deal at a very cheap rate. I know Lord Jesus' grace, He's there, and very nice old churches and all that. Afterwards, When they started living, all the problems one after another, one after another. Next year when I went, I got a phone call, Swamiji, I think what you told was right, we have made a mistake. We should not have come to this place. After we have come to this place, we have never meditated even once. And what for you have gone there? For spirituality. This is how our mind keeps us running here and there, here and there. Therefore, Niryoga Kshema and Atmavan Bhava. See, what is the meaning of Atmavan? Atmavan Apramattaha Bhava. Apramatta means remain always alert, vigilant and quiet. That is the meaning of Apramatta. There is no reason that we can take things for granted and do a mistake. No. Apramattaha Bhava. Every moment of our life is an intense spiritual practice. And what is that intense spiritual practice? It doesn't mean you become extremely serious. What spirituality going on? No. Intense spiritual practice means you are extremely alert and vigilant. And that can happen only when your mind is totally undisturbed, non-sleepy and alert mind. That is the meaning of Atmavan Bhava. See how beautiful the thought is being developed. Therefore, in the Vedas, there are many things. But we must understand what is the purpose of all those things. Now I'll tell you in short what is the purpose. Why the earlier life, present life and future life, this topic of Punarjanma comes? For the following reasons. One, we must stop blaming others for our misery. Two, we must start living properly so that our next life is corrected. Three, our existence is continuous. So last life, this life, next life, these are the stations which are coming. But we are the same, unchanging reality. And if we are the same unchanging reality, then what it is, that is the inquiry. Inquiry should not be, see we are the jiva, if we do punya karma, we will go to heaven. No, that is not the purpose. But this is what happens. Now why the Vedas have given this topic? Only because this is the language that the ignorant people can understand. If you are told that realization means you lose everything, I don't want realization, keep it with yourself. Because in realization there is nothing other than you. Ekam eva dvitiya. Neha nanasti kinchana. Is it too boring? Absolutely boring. Boring is also absolute, not relative boring. Therefore, this Svarga, etc., these topics are brought in the scriptures. But we, like the children, get enchanted by the stories. They are not interested in learning the mathematics. So, Apramattaha bhava esha tava upadeshaha swadharmam anutishtataha. This is what is your instruction, that wherever you are engaged by the Lord, do your job and fix your attention on the truth. Now, sarveshu vedokteshu karmasu yani anantani phalani tani cha tani na apekshante ched kimartham tani ishwaraya iti anushthyante iti uchyate srunu. If all the Vedic karmas, sarveshu vedokteshu karmasu yani anantani phalani, all the karmas which are done and which are giving the innumerable results thereof, tani na apekshante ched, if they are not to be expected, then kimarthan, then why should they be also offered to the God? For this the teacher replies, yavanartha udapane sarvata samplutodake tavan sarveshu vedeshu Brahmanasya vijanataha. First I will tell you the clear meaning and then we will take the Bhashya. Now see here. When it is said, do all the karmas offering to the Lord, don't do it for yourself, then the question comes, why even offer them to the God? Because that which you should not do it for yourself, why offer them to the God also? The meaning what? Become lazy? No. So the meaning is, when you are offering your karmas to the Lord, Lord doesn't need them. Please remember this. When we go to the temple and offer flower to the Lord, Lord doesn't need at all. It is you who is going needs it. Because by that action of devotion, your heart is becoming purer and purer. Not that of the God's heart, he doesn't have a heart. So, yavanartha udapane sarvataha sampluto udake. So, yaman udapane artha. Udapane means limited quantity of water. So, where limited quantity of water, whatever purpose is served, will not the same purpose be served where there is an unlimited quantity of water? Sarvataha sampluto udake. Sampluta udake. So where infinite quantity of water is available, what is the use of looking for the small Bisleri bottle? In the same manner, tavan sarveshu vedeshu brahmanasya vijanataha. He who has come to discover his essential infinite self, all that is gained through the relativity is included in the absolute. And therefore, it is necessary that why we should offer all these karmas to the God, because by then only our heart will become purified and we will be able to know the truth through the purified, disciplined mind. Yatha loke kupatadaga adi anekasmin udapane parichinnodake yavad parimanaha snanapanadi arthaha phalam prayojanam. Just like in the world, the well or the small lakes, etc., which are parichinna udake, which are having little water, less water. So, what is the purpose for that? Yavanartha, what is the purpose? Purpose is, like washing the clothes, taking bath, drinking water, etc. All that prayojanam, sa sarvaha arthaha, sarvataha sampluto udake, tavan eva sampadyate, tatra antarbhavati ityartha. So, he who has his house next to the Ganges and clean, neat, fresh water is always available, why will he ever think about having a Bisleri? Once one boy came from Bombay with me to some hill station, very cold. We went there, that time it was summer and yet the temperature was nearing zero, very cold. So, small boy, very inquisitive about it. We went to somebody's house. He saw me, can I go and see the house? I said, see, what are you like? Don't break anything. He went inside, went in the kitchen and all that. Swamiji, what is that? They don't have fridge. They don't have fridge. I said, yeah, they must be having fridge. No, they don't have fridge. Like we have fridge in Bombay, in every house, they don't have fridge. So I told him, come. I took him outside the house. I said, where are we? He said, we are in the garden. I said, no. Then I said, we are in the fridge. Where everywhere it is so cold, you don't require a small fridge to keep your useless milk. The milk will never get spoiled because of the heat. In the same manner, all that is attained by knowing the self includes all the gains in the relative world. This is the meaning. So, tavan eva tavan parimanaha eva sampadyate sarveshu vedeshu yathokteshu karmasu yaha artaha yat karma phalam. So, what is gained by all the karmas which are done in the which are told in the karma, whatever is gained, sa artaha brahmanasya sannyasinaha paramartha tattvam vijanataha. So he who has known the reality, for him everything is attained. So yaha artha vijnana phalam sarvata samplutodaka sthaniyam tasmin tavan eva sampadyate tatra eva antara bhavati ityartha. Therefore, the gain of the worldly achievements and the gain of realization, they are not even comparable, because all that is gained in the worldly achievements is already included in the absolute understanding. Therefore, sarvam tad abhisameti yatkincha praja sadhu kurvanti yaha tadvadev yatsa veda iti shrutehe. He quotes also Chandogya Upanishad, where it is said, he who yaha yatsa veda, he who knows that absolute reality, sarvam tad abhisameti yat kinchit, whatever is gained by these various little bit of karma, etc., is all included in realization of the self. And Bhagavad Gita will also tell us, karma sarvam karma akhilam partha jnane parisamapyate. The karma ends in the realization of the truth. Iti cha vakshati. Tasmat prag jnana nishtha adhikara praptehe karmani adhikrutena kupatadagarthya sthaniyam api karma kartavyam. Therefore, before you have attained the quality of understanding the truth, jnana nishtha adhikara praptehe, before you have understood that quality and understanding, before that, karmani adhikrutena, and those who are qualified to do their karma, that karma kartavyam, that must be done. There is no way out. That you can imagine yourself that no, I am very subtle, I can understand everything, why should I do the karma? No. Bhagavan tells Arjuna in the next verse, karmanyeva adhikaraste ma phaleshu kadachana. So, this is very, very clear instruction given by the Lord. Let us follow it systematically and come to discover the truth in our life. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnaat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om.